What is up, Reds? Welcome to the match preview show for Liverpool versus Chelsea. Premier League top four implications. Huge match for both teams, to be fair. But Liverpool coming off of a crucial win against Sheffield United. And now we go into playing Chelsea on Thursday. It's going to be huge, Reds. So today we're just breaking down the match preview. We're looking at previous matches, talking about the injuries. Who's going to play, right? We have players that are eligible to play now, and it could be very important which players Klopp decides to play. So what's going on to everyone in the chat? Welcome. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button, and let me know throughout the show your thoughts in the chat. Now let's go over. I just want to say what's up to Samira, Elevator Kid, Joshua Plays. What's going on, everyone? Now look, first off, let me know your thoughts about the Sheffield match and what you're looking forward to going into the Chelsea match. So look, here's the thing. Chelsea are above us in the table right now, okay? I actually have to go look to see exactly, but I believe they're either fourth or fifth. I think West Ham are still fourth, but let me see here. Liverpool, 43 points. Everton ended up winning yesterday, I believe, as well. So let me go to the Premier League here, okay? Looking at it right now, Chelsea sit 1 point behind West Ham with 44, West Ham with 45, both on 26 games. So Liverpool, this match, top four implications for sure. Absolutely for sure. If we win the match, we'll go 2 points ahead of Chelsea. It will technically put us ahead of West Ham as well, but West Ham still have that game to play. So it's going to be interesting, okay? Our goal difference is pretty much even with Chelsea and West Ham, so this is going to be a battle. I do expect West Ham to fall off, though. What do you guys think about that? Okay. And real quick, Liam Barry, what's going on? Hussein Khalif. And I hope Nabi gets on as well. We saw Nabi at the end of the Sheffield match, guys. And to be honest with you, Nabi looked pretty good. I mean, he only touched the ball like 3 times. And every time he touches the ball, I think he's the greatest player in the world. But to be honest, that's what it seems like. Samir is saying, I want Curtis to start for the rest of the season with 3 to 5 breaks. Okay. I honestly love seeing Curtis Jones play. He always gets subbed off. I mean, it makes sense. And to be honest, I just want the kid to develop. He's still very young. Everyone's got to remember that. He's still extremely young. So let's just give the kid time to develop. Now, someone else asking in here what my score prediction is. Now, you guys know I very rarely make predictions. And when I have, we end up losing. So I'm not making predictions anymore. I've learned my lesson once the hard way, actually twice the hard way. So I'm never doing it again. Now, Leicester City need to start losing points. Well, they did lose the other day to Arsenal, I believe. And Bailey Coates thinks that Coates, I'm not sure. I hope it's Coates or Coates. West Ham won't drop off. I reckon they will get better. Hey, look, credit to West Ham. Honestly, can we all just give West Ham a round of applause? I mean, David Moyes is doing a pretty solid job over there, given the talent. I think Souček and Declan Rice have been excellent. Souček has been beyond what I thought he would be at that club, and I think Jesse Lingard was a good acquisition as well. But, right, guys, let's get into previewing this match, okay? So let's look at the previous fixtures, okay? The latest news for the club. Now, did you know, Reds, did you know Liverpool could become only the second team in Premier League history to win 5 consecutive matches against Chelsea after Blackburn Rovers' 7-match run between 93 and 96? I don't really care about that stat. It's interesting. You know, they're always going to pull up these stats that are pretty interesting, but they have no dictation on this game, if that's the correct terminology for it. Sadio Mane has scored 7 goals in 16 appearances against Chelsea in all competitions, only netting more against Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, with 10 and 8 respectively. We know in the previous match this season, Bobby Firmino got the assist to Mane for the header after the red card to Christensen. So to be fair, it was right at the end of the first half where Christensen did a rugby/NFL tackle. I think it was on Mane. When you go back and watch that, it's actually hilarious. This guy over the shoulder tackles him, and it's just straight red. So second half, deservedly so, we ended up winning the match. Now, the thing here, guys, Fabinho, Milner, Keita, and apparently Jota are all healthy going into this game. So let me know in the chat, would you put Fabinho back in the midfield, or do you think we drop Nat Phillips and Fabinho starts at center back next to Kabak? I personally think that's what's going to happen. Fabinho started at center back in the previous game against Chelsea, shut down Timo Werner, and honestly had one of the best performances at center back I've seen Fabinho have. So let me know what you think next to, Ajax and some other games. But Thomas Tuchel can become the third Chelsea manager or head coach to start his tenure with a 10-match unbeaten run in all competitions after Jose Mourinho and Luis Felipe Scolari. I don't even know that last person, to be honest, and that kind of speaks to my age, I guess. But Mourinho, quality for Chelsea. He even went back there twice. Now, Olivier Giroud, it must be said, Olivier Giroud is in prime form. Okay, he had an incredible bicycle kick, I think, recently, but has netted 7 Premier League goals against Liverpool, with the Frenchman only scoring more against Aston Villa and Newcastle, 9 each. Okay, so interesting stats there, right? Olivier Giroud and Mane, the two men to watch in this game. Now, let's move over into the stats, the head-to-head stats. Real quick before we jump into that, I just want to go over to the chat and say what's up to people. See, Chan, what's going on? All right. Last season, we beat Chelsea 5-3, and almost all of our goals were bangers. Yeah, that was Naby Keita's incredible performance with the screamer against Kepa. Of course, Kepa, he was struggling at that point in the season. And it must be said that our guy, what's his face? Pulisic. And when I say our guy, I mean United States, American. Pulisic had an incredible game. Let's go over to the chat again. Naby did it against Chelsea is what I was just talking about. We need a killer like Jota up front, like the Sheffield proved Bobby has diarrhea finishing. Well, I mean, I'm going to support the fact that he got that goal, even though if it was clearly going wide. All right. Don't tell anyone, but it was clearly going wide. Okay. Tony Madden in the chat. Giroud is injured. No way. Really? I need to look into that. I would prefer to keep this is Tony. I would prefer to keep the same back four and have Firmino on for Wijnaldum. Have Jota on for Mane. Interesting. So, Tony, even with the stats I just read off, talking about Mane having a very good record against Chelsea with, I believe it said 7 goals in 16 appearances, you'd bring Jota on for Mane. Personally, I'd bring Jota on. Oh, this is the tough one, guys. This is the tough one. Start the front three, or do we do a 4-2-3-1? A 4-2-3-1 so we can start all of Jota, Firmino, Mane, and Salah? Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah, Kelleher's injured. Mbappe 2021. Dude, get Mbappe in here. I hope Adrian doesn't play. Hopefully, Alisson will be back. Even if he needs more time, that's completely fine. Put Adrian in there. He did very well against Sheffield, it must be said. So now, let's go back and we'll chat about the head-to-head. So total wins in 57 Premier League matches played. 23 for Liverpool, 20 for Chelsea. It's almost dead even, guys. It's almost dead even. I mean, look at these stats. You got 15 home wins for Liverpool, 14 home wins for Chelsea, only 6 away wins for Chelsea, and Liverpool have 8 away wins. And in the recent meeting, this is what I was speaking about at Stamford Bridge, 2-0 win. Of course, they were playing with 10 men the entire second half. But then we go back to last season, we've had their number. That 5-3 win that we were speaking about with Naby's goal, that entire game was that was a very entertaining game. We have Liverpool winning 2-1 and then 2-0 and then 1-1. So the last draw we had was in 2018. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if this game was a draw, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised. We need the win, though. It must be said, we need the win. We need the 3 points. We got to go. We got to go ahead. And if we're going on current form, as you can see here, guys, this is pretty it's pretty indicative of what we've been struggling with here. All right. 1 win in our last 5. With losses coming to Man City, Leicester, and Everton, all top 7 teams, top 6 teams, no, top 7 technically, and then Brighton, that lost to Brighton. Chelsea, last 2 matches have been draws against Southampton and then against Man United, but then wins against Newcastle, Sheffield United, and Spurs, right? So you could argue that, the Spurs was, to be honest with you, we've had a tougher schedule going on the last 5 games. Those are tougher matches. But current form, even though form has nothing to do with what's going to come up in this match, you got to look at it and say, oh, Chelsea are coming in with the advantage there. Now, season so far, we're virtually the same team as Chelsea, if you look at it this way. 5th position to 6th, Liverpool in 6th position. Both teams with 12 wins. All right, Liverpool with 7 draws and losses. Chelsea with 8 draws and 6 losses. Okay, so virtually the same. And then you look at the stats here. The only big difference that I'm seeing is the defense for Chelsea. Chelsea are conceding just under 1 goal per match, and 12 clean sheets, whereas Liverpool have 7 clean sheets, Adrian getting that clean sheet in the last game, but 1.31 goals conceded per match. So something to keep an eye on their defense, right? Our offense has got to step up. They destroyed Crystal Palace just like we did with that 4-0 win. I remember watching that game. Crystal Palace just looked off of it. Same exact way they looked off of it against us when we beat them 7-0. Their biggest defeat, though, 3-1 against Arsenal. And, of course, I don't want to talk about that one right there. And now, guys, somehow, okay, Bobby Firmino leads the team in assists. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. 5 assists for Bobby, and Andrew Robertson with 5 as well. Now, Timo Werner with 5 assists. I feel like that goes under the radar a little bit. We love to slander Timo Werner. All right, it's super fun, especially because he didn't come to Liverpool. He didn't have the patience, or we didn't have the FSG didn't have the willpower to go sign him. I don't know what the case was, but he's sneaking in there with 5 assists. It's pretty interesting, even though he can't really finish that well, or at least he's struggling to find form. If we go to goals, Mo Salah still sticking strong at 17. Sadio Mane with 7 that we spoke about, and Tammy Abraham with 6. That surprises me right there, that stat, that Tammy Abraham is our leading scorer in the Premier League. Passes, I don't really care about passes too much. Tackles, look at this, guys. Mason Mount is second in tackles, 51. Who saw that coming? That is an interesting stat that I'm looking at, because N'Golo Kante has 64, and then our next people who say that Trent Alexander-Arnold can't defend, 40 tackles. Now, that could be accredited to the fact that people try to expose our right side because they think Trent can't defend, and then that gives him more opportunities to make tackles. So that could be an inflated stat, but I'm kind of just rambling on there. So let's go back to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. All right. Let's see here. All right. Joshua Plays, remember when Fabinho had Werner in his back pocket? Oh, I think we all remember. It was a legendary game, wasn't it? Legendary game. Let's see here. Man City broke their winless run at Anfield too. Yeah. Hey, look, let's not be negative. Let's be positive going into this, right? It's at Anfield, okay? Historically, I know we have 4 straight losses at Anfield. I know. I get it. But, guys, let's just be positive going into this. And Bailey Coates. I'm going to say Coates. I'm just going to say Bailey. You know what? Forgive me. Bailey, we might have momentum. I think we do have the momentum. They have 2 back-to-back draws. We have the win. But momentum plays a small role in these kinds of matches, especially because, all of these players are thinking about the table, guys. Every single one of these players is thinking about where they are in the table. Chelsea are 1 point ahead of us, and Liverpool historically have had Chelsea's number, but Chelsea revamped because of a Thomas Tuchel coming in, a new formation. I think it's a 3-4-3, okay, with Hudson-Odoi playing on that right side, and then, I don't know, Marcus Alonso or whoever's on that left side. They have width now. And you know who we struggle with because of their width? Man City. Now, I'm not saying that Chelsea are anywhere near the level of Man City. I'm just saying we need to be diligent defending, because if they stretch us and they get in behind our back line, there could be trouble, especially with the fact that I don't know if Alisson's going to play. I don't know if Alisson's ready to come back. He needs to take all the time he needs. I think he will play, but, that's just me thinking out loud. Hussein Khalif saying, Chelsea ain't that good. If Klopp plays his cards right, we will win. I agree 100%, although I do think Chelsea are a solid squad. Mr. Zabaris, how you doing? Samira coming in with exactly what I don't want to see. This will be a 0-0 draw. For the love of God, I would hate to see that. Seek Chan, I agree with this 100%. Chelsea looks different with Tuchel. Hope Jota plays and destroys that Chelsea defense. I think Jota will come on. I don't know what the deal is, if he's going to start or if we're going to switch formations to give Jota the starting spot. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, RIP to Ian St. John. I saw that. I think he died at 82. What a legend. PJ Ladd, what's going on? Hey, man, hope you're having a great day. Hoping for an easy 2-0 game for the Reds. Well, I'll tell you this, PJ. It's not going to be easy, but I am hoping for something similar. Joshua Plays. If Jota plays and we drop Firmino, we can get the best out of Thiago. That's an interesting take. I don't think that dropping a front player will bring the best out of Thiago. What I think will bring the best out of Thiago is Fabinho coming back into the midfield. And let me explain for a second. Thiago's had to sit pretty deep for that. He's been our anchor man in that midfield, okay? We've had Wijnaldum playing in the 6 as well, but I think Thiago's that deep-lying midfielder. If we were able, which is not going to happen, I think Fabinho will probably start at center back. But if Fabinho is able to sit in that CDM role, and then Thiago and Wijnaldum out wide, or Thiago and Keita, Thiago and Jones, whoever Klopp decides to play, I'm telling you right now, that is the reason, or that will be the catalyst for Thiago being more creative, and it will sort of let him off the leash, for lack of a better phrase, right? Tony Madden, Chelsea play a slower game since changing manager. We need to use our pace against them. This is good. This is good. If we can catch them open on the counterattack, I 100% agree. Liz Golden, what is going on? Chelsea will be competitive, but we will prevail. I'm just excited for the match, guys. This is the kind of – it would be different if, we had a negative result against Sheffield, right? There wouldn't be confidence going into this game. But now, going into a match against Chelsea at Anfield, we have something to prove. We have to say to the media, to our fans, really just the players themselves, to themselves, saying we're still here. We're not falling off. Klopp hasn't lost the dressing room, right? We need to come out and prove that we are still a top 4 team. We are still top in the Premier League, okay? I know the table says otherwise, but listen, okay? We've had a bad run of form. Let's come out and show Chelsea who we are. That's what I'm looking forward to, and that's why I can't wait for the game. This is an interesting take. Jota better than Serge Gnabry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch enough of Gnabry to say, to be honest. Elevator Kid going with a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet, but we will win. So this is perfect right here. This is a good transition. I want everyone to put their lineup predictions in the chat, and we'll go and read them off one by one. I want to see if I missed anything over on the side. Is there any injuries? Are there any injuries here? It doesn't say if there's any injuries or not. I just want to look up and see if there's any injuries, like current Chelsea injuries. Because we know Milner, Keita, and all them are coming back. But I want to see because someone in the chat earlier said that Olivier Giroud is injured. So that's against Man United. I'm just trying to find it out. I'm just trying to find out this injury news. Let's see what else we got in the chat. PJ Ladd. I know Bobby's getting a lot of hype after we got that second goal, but he actually fully missed before it deflected. Hey, PJ, I know. And if you go back and watch that, it was going so wide, man. It was going so wide. I'd personally play Shaq at right wing and Salah at striker. Ooh, Shaq getting the start. That's an interesting take as well. So I would like to see a 4-2-3-1, and I would put Thiago and Wijnaldum in those holding midfield spots, and then you'd have the freedom to put Mane, Firmino, and Salah up top, with Salah playing as the striker, and then Bobby sitting in behind. It's pretty interesting, though. All right, let me go back to these Chelsea injuries here. I just want to see if there's anyone injured, if there's anyone we have to worry about. Oh, wait, no. There was... All right, before the screen loaded, so I'll share the screen with you guys. Before the screen loaded, this said right here, it said no injuries. And I was just thinking to myself, must be nice. All right, so Christian Pulisic is out. All right, what is this? This is all delayed. Hopeful for week 3? What is all this? I can't get anything up to date, man. Can I just get some news up in here? 3 hours ago. Here we go. This is what I want. All right. Chelsea are gearing up for a mammoth showdown in the Premier League as they travel to the home of the reigning champions, Liverpool. All right, let's see. So Thiago Silva is out. Okay. So Thiago Silva's out. So who are we going to see? Rudiger next to Zuma, or Rudiger next? Who's been playing in the back three? It's been Azpilicueta and Rudiger, and who else? Who's been playing there with Thiago Silva out? It's going to be interesting. Hudson-Odoi is out. Okay, so I wonder who they're going to play at that right wing spot. Major doubt knee. Okay, interesting. Chelsea have no players suspended, and it looks like those are the only two that are out. Okay, so whoever said Giroud is injured, I would love to see where your sources are coming from, because that came out 3 hours ago, and that's what I'm looking at. So let's see here. Let's go back and we'll look at the predicted lineups, and I'll pull them up on the screen here. All right, Joshua plays with, can't skip over Samira. It looks like my stream is skipping, guys, so just bear with me, Okay. We got Adrian, Trent, Kabak, Phillips, Robbo, Fabinho, Jones, and Thiago. Okay. Mane, Salah, and Jota. I love that. I really do. I really do like that a lot. I don't know if it's my computer that's freezing. I really don't know what's going on. Oh, there it goes. It's back. We're back. It stopped freezing. I don't know if it's freezing for you guys, but so Samira, Adrian in goal. So giving Allison the break. Okay. Joshua plays Allison, Robbo, Kabak, Nat, and Trent. See, Kabak and Nat. Oh, Fabinho in the midfield. That would be the sexiest lineup. I swear. I just miss having Fabinho in that midfield spot, guys, with Genie and Thiago, Salamane, Bobby, or Jota. See, that could be something we see. I remember Bobby got dropped for one of the Champions League games, and we put Jota there. I think it was the Atalanta game, and Jota just turned up. So maybe that's what he does. Maybe that's what Klopp does. Shayna, what's going on? She joined, so I just wanted to say, yeah, I think if we get our mojo back and keep winning games, I would love it because I do believe we can do it. Hey, belief is all we need, right? Doubter to believer. All right, Bailey saying 4-2-3-1. Yes, that's what I want. Kelleher, Arnold, Robbo, Kabak. Okay. Kabak and Fabinho. That's what I think he'll go with. I really do think Fabinho will be in that partnership with Kabak. Thiago, Genie, Jota. Oh, Jota in the midfield. How much? I just got turned on, Bailey. I'm going to be honest with you. That's incredible. I would love to see Jota in the midfield. I just don't know. Part of me thinks don't give Jota a full 90 minutes. Sub him on? I don't know. I feel like the fans want to see Jota playing in this game. And if he's technically fit, maybe he should play. Elevator Kid, goalkeeper, Adrian, Robbo. Wait. Right back, Robbo. I think he meant left back. Okay. Robbo, Kabak, and Phillips. Okay. And then midfield, Wijnaldum, Naby, Thiago. So no Fabinho. Fabinho sitting out. Salah, Bobby, Mane. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right. No Fabinho. He doesn't get the start. No Jota either. So Wijnaldum, Naby, Thiago. And remember, guys, last year, Naby started against Chelsea. So I would have to go back and look at what the injuries were at that time, but pretty interesting. Tony Madden. Let's see. Tony Madden has had a couple accurate predictions. So Allison gets the start and goal. Trent, Phillips, Kabak. Okay. Robbo. And then Jones, Fabinho, Thiago in the midfield. And then Jota, I think he meant Firmino up front, and Salah. So Mane gets benched. Okay. Man, that'd be interesting. When was the last time Mane was benched? Firmino is usually the first one to get dropped for a game. Man, interesting. See what else we got. Quivine, I don't know. He might be injured. How many of y'all were blown away by the pronunciation of Kelleher's first name? I learned, actually, my guy, Craig, over at Anfield Agenda told me it was pronounced Quivine, and it's spelt like Kwame, Koeman or something. So that's pretty crazy, man. It's just the pronunciation of words is pretty interesting. Christensen, thank you, Joshua Plays. I could not remember who starts in the middle for them. Okay. Here we go. Seek Chan, Adrian, Kabak, Fabinho, or Phillips. That's the question, guys. I think Fabinho will get the start. If Fabinho's healthy, 9 times out of 10, I'm going with Fabinho over Phillips, although Phillips has been incredible. It must be said. Even though Phillips has been remarkable, if Fabinho's healthy, you got to go with Fabinho, right? And I think everyone can think that. Graham Rogers, vital game. I agree. Quivine, I don't know how long Quivine's out for, though. See what else we got. Elevator Kid, excuse me, guys. Jones, Fabinho, and Keita in the midfield. Ooh, I don't know. You can't sit Thiago for this game, I'm going to be honest with you, because I think Thiago came on in the second half against Chelsea. He came on against Chelsea, I think. But, nah, you can't. Oh, Shayna, my bad. Yeah, no. I got my stuff was freezing. It never freezes. That's pretty interesting. Usually during the day, I have the best reception because there's no, interference with the Wi-Fi. Jersey boy, what's going on? Allison, Trent, Phillips, Fabinho. Ooh, no Kabak. Phillips and Fabinho. This is an interesting take. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Phillips, Fabinho. Man, interesting. Thiago, Keita, Firmino, Salah, Jota, Mane. Interesting lineup there. Ox at left wing. Nah, it won't happen. He might get subbed on. He's not starting, I'll tell you that right now. And look, Liz, I think everyone can agree here. And I want everyone to leave their thoughts about this. Fabinho back healthy, and the fact that we now have center backs, quote unquote, do you want to put Fabinho back in the midfield? Or do you think he should stay at center back until either Gomez or Van Dijk are back? Personally, I think he should stay at center back. Despite the fact I know I want him in the midfield, I really do think he should stay at center back. I really do. Iswalo, appreciate it. Nice background. Love the channel. Keep it up. Absolutely love the support, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Let's see what else we got in here. A lot of people saying they would play Shaq. All right. I forgot Robertson. I don't even notice when I read them off, I just read them off. If I do notice, I'll say something, but most of the time I don't notice. Let's see. Graham Rogers asking about the troll. Yeah, it was pretty interesting because remember, if you guys were here during the live stream, it was pretty funny. We had a troll that cloned the channel and was like trolling, but he was being nice about it, or her. I'm pretty sure it was he, but they were being nice about it. They're like, I'm a huge fan, but don't block me because I'm going to hack your account. And then recently they commented on some of the videos, like apologizing and stuff. So honestly, I think it was just a fan having a good time, but at the same time, it's annoying and it takes attention away from the content. So, but I did accept the apology and I was like, just please delete the account. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. If you guys haven't watched it, you should go to the live watch party against Sheffield. And it was like midway through, all that stuff went down. It was pretty crazy. Let's see here. We need a midfield manager to service the front three. And, honestly, that's Keita and Thiago for me. Keita's been injured, obviously, but Thiago's been held in that holding midfield spot. So he hasn't been able to feed the front three. So we've been relying on Jones, who has been doing excellent, by the way. But I feel like Jones is more of that Wijnaldum player, the box-to-box midfielder, as opposed to the pushing into the box guy, like feeding the front three. That's just my opinion, though. Oh, man. Hendo's been poor defensively. That's just not true at all, Elevator Kid. I'm going to disagree with that. Let's see here. I trust Nat and Kabak start at center backs. I'd rather Fabinho at defensive mid and Thiago and Jones as more attacking midfielders. Okay. I don't think Giroud is injured. There's no news related to it. Yeah, I feel like someone just said that. Callum Richardson. Would you start Keita over Thiago and or Jota over Bobby if they were fit? I'll tell you this right now. I don't know. This is actually a very good question. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. We're transitioning from Fabinho at center back or DM. We're transitioning to this question. Would you start Keita over Thiago? My thing is, I would love to, but I can't. You got to start Thiago. I think his role in the squad at the moment is more important than Keita's. I think Keita gets subbed on, though. I'll tell you that. I would be more inclined to start Jota over Bobby, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Pretty interesting. Let's see what here. Jones is such a promising prospect. Again, Callum, 100%. He's been so incredible. Tony saying, I agree with Liz Golden about Fabinho being in the midfield. He links the defense in midfield so well, which is what we have been missing. And look, I agree. I'm not denying that he is so important to protecting that back line and distribution from the midfield spot. But at the moment, I don't know if Klopp, I think if Klopp had the choice, and I think this is what it comes down to. I think if Klopp had the choice between starting Fabinho in the midfield, knowing that it's Nat Phillips and Kabak at the back, I feel like he would say, I'm starting Fabinho at the back just because he trusts him more. That's why he was starting Henderson over Nat Phillips when Henderson was healthy. And we know that Nat Phillips is great, but it comes down to a trust thing with Klopp. That's just what it comes down to. Let's see. Jones is the new Stevie G. Little early for that, PJ, but I see where you're going. I actually did a player profile, and I titled it Curtis Jones, the next Steven Gerrard. So, guys, go check that out in the player profiles playlist. Keita or Jones, that's the question. On current form, you got to start Jones and then sub Keita on again. Make Keita earn his starting spot because Jones has earned his, in my opinion. Jones needs to play more often. He plays every week. He's been doing incredible. Now, guys, as we wrap it up, I want everyone to put their score predictions in the chat. You know me, you know Tony, you know a lot of people don't do the score predictions, so we rely on you guys for the score predictions in the chat. Let's see. Youssef saying, as much as I want Fabinho to start in mid, I would start him at center back. Also, he pocketed Werner last time. And this is the point I was making earlier in the show. He did it so well at center back last time that I feel like you have to start him. I feel like you have to start him at center back if he were to play, despite the fact when he's in midfield, he's phenomenal. All right, Samira with a 2-0 to LFC. Joshua plays with a 2-1. Youssef coming in with the 3-2 Liverpool. Elevator coming in, Liverpool 2-1. Lexi 2-1. Liz Golden 3-1 LFC. God, wouldn't we love a clean sheet though, guys? I would absolutely love a clean sheet. Can we just give Adrian some respect? Yeah, no, he played great last time. St. Khalif 3-1. Awesome Gamer 3-1. 3-1. Shayna. I don't want to jinx it with doing score prediction. Shayna, I'm with you 100%. I jinxed the Man City match and I jinxed the Aston Villa match and I learned my lesson the hard way. Just Abdul 2-1 and Callum going 2-0 for the Reds. Have the back of the boys. Yeah, I agree. Look, Chelsea score a lot of goals. I don't even know if I can agree with that with full confidence. I mean, maybe they do. Their leading scorer is Tammy Abraham with 6 goals. So I don't know if I can agree with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Samir 6-3. That would be a very entertaining game. Remember, the game at Anfield last season towards the end was 5-3. So, hey, anything can happen, Reds. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Middle of the day, not usually a stream time, but I am off this week. So I figured I'd jump on during the day and give you guys a match preview. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, make sure, as always, subscribe. And today, share the channel with a friend, with a Liverpool fan, with anyone. Just let them know about the channel, spread awareness of the channel, and bring people over so we can have these nice chats during the live streams. And we got an 8-6 coming in. Jesus. And yeah, love the streams. Big up. It's only 2 a.m. here. Yeah. And I appreciate everyone being here, guys. It's awesome. I have a lot of fun with these streams. So hope you enjoyed the video. And again, share it with a Liverpool fan. And until Thursday, Reds, take care.